Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tosin for those that are new here. And in today's video, you can see from the title, I'm going to be talking about organization. Before I go on, I know you can see it's like I'm filming in a different space, but it's actually my, what would I call it? My dressing room. It's the same space I've always used to film videos, well, my last 3 videos, just that I just changed a few things around and I just moved my camera to a different filming spot. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be sharing some tips about organization. A lot of people, when they come to my house or when they're in my space, they're always like, gosh, Tosin, you're so organized. And I'm like, I wish. I think I'm organized to a large extent. I'm not even going to lie, but I feel mostly it's because I do not like to waste my time. That's why I'm organized. I work from home, so I find that cluttered spaces just drives me nuts and makes me very unproductive. So I ensure that in my house everything is, you know, everything is where I need it to be so that I'm more effective. So I think I'm organized because I don't like to waste my own time, or just because I like things to look as aesthetically more pleasing. That's probably why I'm organized, not like I've always been an organized person. So if you'd like to know more on how you can ensure that your own room too is also organized, or your house or your home, I'm sure these tips would also be able to translate for if it's a home, a living room, if it's an office space, even as a student, maybe a school accommodation. These tips should definitely help you. So if you'd like to know more, definitely keep watching. Okay, the first tip about being organized is to get rid of clutter. That's the first tip I would give you. And I say that because I find that a lot of women, especially over the years, if you're like in your late 20s or even in your mid 20s, you've lived a life having a lot of things. So if you look at probably your bedroom, you have old perfume bottles, you have clothes that you haven't worn in a year, but you're just still holding on to them for some reason whatsoever. So I always tell people, give out clothes. There are a lot of charities you can give out clothes to. Throw perfume bottles away, recycle what you can recycle. So what I always do when I'm decluttering is I use a bin bag, like a large bin bag, and I just ensure that the things I want to keep, I put them in one bag. The things I want to sell, like I did when I was in Lagos for my yard sale, I put them here. And the things I want to just discard, like bin, I put them in a large trash bag, and I label everything just so I'm sure which is what. And that helps a lot because trash bags are big, you don't need to be changing, and you can actually see your room looking lighter, just generally looking lighter. It doesn't look so choked up. It doesn't look like, oh, it's a room that's actually growing with you. It's not a room that reminds you of when you were 2 years old or when you were 15. So that's the first thing. Ensure that you get rid of things you do not use anymore, or things you don't wear as much. It's probably a much more blessing to other people than just hoarding it and keeping it just because you can't find time. The second point, I know this works because I've used it and I know it works, is to find a place for everything. Don't let anything life follow. I have place for my lipsticks. I'm like, if I were to buy products or people were to sell products to me without even me thinking about it, I would buy things that help me to keep things to look more organized or appear more organized. So I'm the kind of person that I buy acrylic cases. I'm the ideal buyer for a shoe shelf. I'm the ideal buyer for a bag organizer. I'm an ideal buyer of anything that, shelves, shelvings, room, things that ensure things and compartments. You know what I mean? So recently I bought this what would I call it, this drawer set, or like this drawer set, plastic, and I just want to put all my hair products there because they were on my dresser and I just felt it was a clutter. If I pick my hairspray, everything was falling over and I didn't want that. And that's one of the best purchases of this year so far. So ensure that everything has a place. And I know that it seems like, oh, I don't want to spend money, I just want to be clean, but ensure that every room has like cabinets. Ensure that maybe the first drawer, all your hairbrushes are there, or the last drawer, all your hair appliances are there. This is where you keep all your shoes. This is where you keep all your bags. Not just leaving things as the wind blows. Every lady, they have a chair in their house that when you come back home from work, you just remove your wig, throw it on the chair, your blazer on that chair, your belt on that chair. We don't want that. So you need to have a space for everything. Invest in organizers, invest in acrylic cases, invest in things that you can keep your makeup, because I noticed that makeup and actually just toiletries cause most of the clutter that women have, or maybe men, maybe some men. So you want to ensure that you have a space for everything. Even your shoes, they're so inexpensive to build. When I was in Lagos, I knew I built a shelf that could take about 50 pairs of shoes, and that cost me literally 12,000 naira, and that's about how much is that in pounds? Literally, that's under 30 pounds. That's under 30 pounds. That's in Nigeria. But here in the UK, I bought a shelf from Argos. Actually, it looks like the Billy case, but the Billy case is going to cost me the same price, was going to cost me the same price of the shelf to install. So I decided not to do that. The Argos shipping was cheaper, so I just felt, why not buy the Argos shelf? So it's the main shelf, is the long deep one. I'm going to show you what I mean, and I bought two of that. So that takes all my shoes, it takes all my bags, well, most of it. I've given out a lot of my things, so I don't have too much stuff anymore. And that leads me to my next point, which is ensure that you put things back when you take them. And this is a game changer. Now, I talked previously about finding a space for everything. It's one thing to have where you keep all your shoes, but every time you come back from church, if you leave your shoes by the door, there's no point of you investing in a 35-pound, shoe shelf if you're not going to use it. You need to begin to discipline your mind and discipline yourself that, as I use this nude lipstick today, I'm going to put it back where I picked it from. As I took this shoe today, I'm going to put it back where I picked it from. As I'm taking off my wig, I'm going to dust it, air it, and when it's dry, I'm going to put it back into the folder, the bag, the box, or the mannequin head. So you need to ensure that when you take out things, when you take out clothes from your wardrobe, everything, you put it back where you took it from. Yeah? And I found out that with this technique, what happens is that you not only reduce the amount of workload that you have, the days that you want to clean, like a thorough cleaning, you really have nothing much to do besides sweeping the floors, maybe mopping, and just a little bit of touching, or if you want to rearrange things, you really don't have much to do. But by the time that you want to pick out one shirt from your closet and you scatter the entire closet, you would actually find that you're just giving yourself more work, which is counterproductive. We're trying to be organized to save time and to be more effective as a person. Another thing I'm going to talk about is, for clothes, invest in hangers. I find that the hangers are, I don't know, they are lifesavers. I know that not everyone has the luxury or has a closet that is, just a stretch. A lot of people have closets that they are actually layers, like shelves, instead of just like the long width ones. But if you have space for, hangers, ensure that you buy really good hangers that, they can take multiple clothes and you don't need to, they won't break, so really good coat hangers. What I do is I make sure that all my clothes, literally all my clothes that are in this room, are hung. And I find out that what happens when you hang your clothes is that it's visually, first of all, it's visually more appealing. As you can see behind me, I have a rack, and I don't know how clear it is from the camera. This rack just helps me to keep all my clothes that I don't wear often, clothes that they look aesthetically more pleasing. It's like me styling my room as well. And also I put like my sequins, my shimmery clothes, my clothes that have studs on that rack, because I find that when I put in my closet with my jumpers or my cotton clothes, the sequin or the stones rub on each other, so they begin to thread, and we don't want that. We don't want to spoil our clothes, so that's why I have those on this rack. And I also put my blazers there and some of my suits, like two-piece suits, on this rack. Now, so back to your closet, you want to arrange your clothes in such a way, in functionality. So now it's we're in winter now, and usually my clothes, I put my chiffon clothes first. Those are my sundresses, clothes that I wear often, my jeans. They're my church clothes that I only wear on Sundays. But now, because it's winter time, I've changed it over. I have my jumpers first, my jeans, the chiffons, and then my church clothes. Do you understand what I mean? So arrange your closet in a way that you actually reach for what you need first, and you don't need to dig in the closet to find an outfit. Which leads me to my next point, investing in fixtures. It's like, the previous point when I said, find a place for everything. In my room, I have a lot of items that help with organization. So I have the rack, I have a drawer set, drawers, I have a dressing table, I have this rack behind me, and I have a smaller well, I call it like a stool sort of, that I actually can keep things. And I also have a laundry basket, and I ensure that the laundry basket is a compact one. And when I say compact, it's one that's small, so it's literally about this size, so you don't store clothes. I find that when I use a really big laundry basket, I'm not keen to wash the clothes, so I keep dusting and putting. But if it's a small stool like one that also doubles as a stool in your bedroom, by the time you put 4 or 5 clothes, you would need to wash because it's full already. Do you understand what I'm saying? So ensure that you invest in things that allow your space to be more decluttered, to be less cluttered, and more decluttered, less cluttered, and yeah, everything just looks like it was styled by a good wardrobe consultant. Set out days for cleaning. Now, because I work from home and I'm always in this room a lot, because as you can see, I film my YouTube videos from here. I work on my computer here. My computer is right behind me, and you know, I just do a lot of things here. I dress up here, I wear my makeup here. This room gets is prone to get messy. So when I do my makeup and all of that, I ensure that I set out days that I clean the room. So I actually clean every day I use this room. So if I use this room 3 times a week for like really for long periods of time, I make sure I clean it that same day. I don't like to leave it like spilled over. So also for you, your work schedule may not permit that. But on Sundays after church, if you have some free time, you can just decide to do like a thorough cleaning, you know, fold your clothes, ensure that everything is neat, clean your floors, you know, just set out a day that you know that every Saturday morning. And that's the thing about having routines. Routines actually help you to live a more effective life, a more, just a life that is just more organized. That's, I'm pardon my choice of word, there's no other word I can find. So yeah, just, you know, having a set day that, you know, every Thursday or every Wednesday or every day that I'm off for the week, I actually clean the room. So my last point is get help when you can. Now, I always tell people that superwoman is a myth. Everyone needs a break, and I believe in, you know, delegating responsibility if you can afford to, and you are more productive spending your time on something else. Here, where I live now in the UK, I don't have any help. It's just me and my husband, and he helps a lot with the house chores. But when I was back home in Nigeria, I was so busy because I used to work. I used to go to the office every day. I employed a laundry person. I had someone that came to clean my room, like deep clean, scrub the bath, do everything like about, I think, twice a month. She'll come, she'll clean, and then I just pay her for the service. And I say this because get help when you can. There are much, trust me, in as much as a clean room is important, there are much more high priority things to people. So for instance, going to work early is more important than sweeping your room at that same time. So if you were to sweep your room in the morning and you were to go to work in the morning, work is more important. So if you can get someone that while you're at work, they're doing that, someone that's trusted, or over the weekend when you're just, you know, relaxing, going to the beach, you're just on your bed and telling the person, no, don't put it there. By all means, if you can afford it and it's not a burden to you, why not get help? So yes, those are my tips for staying organized. I hope they really helped you, and I hope that as you're done watching this video over the weekend or once you're free, you go to your room and you look at your room and see how you can make your room tidier and just more aesthetically pleasing. So thank you so much for watching. I'd really love to hear your comments in the comment box below. So make sure you subscribe, you like, you leave a comment about what you do to ensure that you stay organized in your bedroom or in your home, or what you're going to do based on this video. So yeah, that's about it. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye bye.